Remember there was like the mystery flavored one?
Yeah, that's
Sam's deck, we'll call it mystery flavored Airhead, so that you guys, because you guys are gonna have so much fun when you see what this is.
Just put a bunch of question marks, Jeremy. That's better. Yeah, just the question. It's what was on the Airheads, right? It was like a white wrapper, right? Yeah. Or like the Dum Dum Pop lollipop. They would the question mark mystery. Not to be determined, because we have it.
This is going to be funny.
I'm hyping it. Okay, Badlands.
Badlands, Carrion Feeder.
Carrion Feeder. Wait, I used to play that in Standard.
Is he playing Protean Hulk combo? What's going on?
Protean Hulk. All right, so Sam Black so far on Carrion Feeder.deck. It would be pretty funny. I mean, not to make Jeremy do this, but to keep changing the deck name every turn based on what Sam plays. So they've got Carrion Feeder.deck now. Joe Bernal's like, all right.
Oh, he's like, all right, this jig is going to be up.
Yeah. So we've got Faithless Looting. What is that next to Faithless Looting?
Tragic Slip.
Tragic Slip, okay. Hymn to Turok.
Cabal Therapy.
Cabal Therapy, okay. Something else is there, I believe. Yeah, one more card, I think. And this isn't... okay, so it's a discard spell. Oh, Bloodghast. Okay, so wait. Carrion Feeder, Bloodghast. Faith, and then, remove one discard. Well, still not clear. It's like a black-red aggro deck.
So is this a black-red rock kind of deck? Is that what we're looking at now? The world may never know, but the world will know.
They will, momentarily.
Joe is like, what is going on right now?
Yeah,
what is he going to Faithless Looting into?
Yeah, so... Sam he probably hasn't stopped laughing the entire tournament.
Sam is playing one main deck Jataxian Probe for value with his Cabal Therapies.
Pretty good. So he's going to cast a Cabal Therapy. He knows Sam has Cabal Therapy. Sam...
He's going to take that Faithless Looting. Sam will be stuck on one land. Well, I assume that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, and that's what he did. All right, so Sam draws. I believe, was that a Marsh Floods? I saw it very quickly. It looks like a land, though.
Is that an Undiscovered Paradise? Oh, no.
Don't know. I feel like it was a fetch. Could be Bloodstained Mire. All right, so in with the Carrion Feeder.
Oh, he didn't want to Bloodghast off the Undiscovered Paradise for value. Oh, no,
it is a Bloodstained Mire.
Bloodstained Mire. Okay.
I caught a glimpse of the text box, and that's why I thought it was Marsh Flats, but, close. All right, dual land.
These are the dual lands that are easy to acquire.
Yeah.
Sam's playing with the...
They're like draft leavings. Oh. I'm just kidding.
The dual lands that people will let you borrow.
And Hymn. I assume...
That's not bad.
Yeah. All right. 5. 1. And he hits Chrome, Mox, and Bitter Blossom?
Yeah. It's an interesting world we live in.
It really is. This doesn't even look like Legacy.
This doesn't,
I mean, it doesn't look like any other format, but...
This looks like casual between two people who've been playing forever.
It's like Commander or something, except that, it's just...
he's playing more than one Marsh Flats in his Commander deck?
Somebody call Judge. Yeah. Yeah, it's, we wanted to feature Sam because we had heard about his deck, but didn't know he was going to be facing up against another rogue deck.
It's pretty awesome.
Jataxian
Sitting
Probe.
Here in the 6-1 bracket, 2 very rogue decks.
Yeah.
Both decks, well, not Sam's deck, but Joe's deck is full of powerful cards. He has Stoneforge Mystic.
Not Sam's deck.
Sam's deck is not full of powerful cards. Although Hymn's pretty
powerful,
good.
Yeah. All right, Carrion Feeder. into the red zone. Joe says, if you're just going to play carrion feeder, if that's your plan, maybe I just stop it. I don't know. Let's see. He's looking for something. Tundra.
Now, if you're Sam...
And swords to plowshares.
Sam's going to sacrifice that in response, I assume. So you want to gain 1 life, or would he rather have that in his graveyard? I'd rather gain 1 life.
Gained a life, okay.
So can he...
And Sam plays Thoughtseize. Now I want to see what Joe's got happening. Another swords, a Liliana, very altered looking Liliana. And Umezawa's Jite. Yeah, well, she's got some wings. Had some Red Bull earlier, I guess. Gave her some wings.
Liliana's not very good against Sam's deck. He's playing...
Slow zoom. And Thoughtseize, what does Thoughtseize take? I'd guess Jite? I would take Jite, yeah. I mean, Cabal Therapy, you're Liliana. Go. Alright. And Joe says land go. So, Sam Black with twice as many cards in his hand as Joe Bernal. And, oh, now 3 times as many cards. It's really not that many, just 2 more. Both players just like stripping each other's hands. And Sam looks like he's going to play Bloodghast.
And what's nice about this is he can hold priority and then sacrifice the Cabal Therapy and name Swords to Plowshares. And that's exactly what he does.
That is what he did.
It doesn't give Joe an opportunity to remove the Bloodghast from the game, which is what he'd really want to do. Now Sam can play this land, the Bloodghast will come back. And...
cracking the fetch.
Sam's going to... Sam has no faith. So, he's just going to start looting.
I was trying to see where you're going with that. He has no faith. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
You know,
there's got to be a pun coming.
He does not take the George Michael song to heart.
I guess it would be nice. I won't even finish that.
Oh, man. Somebody at home loves it.
Somebody does, yeah. Faithless looting from Sam. Carefully studying the top 2 cards of his deck. And I know there's the Tragic Slip there. Really having a hard time determining what exactly he saw. But discards him to Turok. Discards him to Turok. So him in the graveyard. That's not how it goes, I don't think, but... You know what's funny? Look at the... Sam's permanents and everything seem to be creeping across the table. I mean, the Bloodghast is dead center. Sam's like, I'm taking over this part of the table.
Did Sam draw a therapy or something? What did he draw?
A carrion feeder.
All right.
What is this strange deck? Bloodghast into the red zone. And Cabal Therapy.
Naming Jace? I wonder what he names.
Yeah, I was like, how did you know he named Jace? You read lips really well. Oh, land. Well, he's not going to be flashing back that Cabal Therapy yet.
Ooh, I think he just... Not what he wants to draw when he's land in hand.
Play a land. And Sam.
Gets him
attack. And there is a Lingering Souls.
Lingering Souls is pretty good.
You know, I haven't even really looked at Sam's list, but I'm doing that now. There are just some cards in here that I'm like that one. I'm like, really?
Goblin Bombardment?
Goblin, but don't you just let the cat out of the bag?
Letting the cat out of the bag.
There's
He told me it was the best card in his deck. I'm not kidding.
Goblin Bombardment.
Think about it.
In Sam Black's deck, yeah. So there you go. There's a little hint of things to potentially come off the top of Sam's deck. And Sam says him to Turok. He's number 4, yeah. He's seen all 3. He's seen 3 hymns already, and that's the 4th. And we hit card number 1. Yeah. Okay, so he keeps Chrome Mox land. I'm sorry, he loses Chrome Mox land, and we actually, Joe keeps whatever card it is that we didn't know he had. And I believe, was it a Cabal Therapy? No, Joe's just like, I don't know what's happening here.
He's like, I don't know how I just lost or what just happened. But...
Well, part of it had to do with getting absolutely flooded and his hand getting wrecked by Sam Black. But, so what do you call this deck? I mean, do you want to, is this Zombie Bombardment? Zomblin? That's terrible. Zombie Bombardment. I don't know. I like that. I like that. Zombie Bombardment.
I feel like the deck needs to at least shout out the greatest of all cards in the deck, the Rotting Rats.
Rotting Rats. Yeah. Rotting Rats.
Oh my gosh, we got some Rotting Rats.
There's zombies, there's rats, there's vampires. Bloodghast is a vampire. I don't think there are any goblins, but he's got Goblin Bombardment, so, you know. It's black-red aggro disruption, you know. I mean, why isn't he even playing? Well, I'm looking at his sideboard here. No. Where's Oversold Cemetery?
Yeah, come on, where's your Oversold Cemetery, Sam?
Yeah.
He does, however, have an Undiscovered Paradise, which I was questioning, and
he explained it's a swamp with a downside, so he's in. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually heard that he did say that.
He did say that. I was over there.
He's like, I would have played it if I was mono black. It's just a swamp with a downside. How could I turn it down? Too good to be true. No, but it's actually pretty good with the Bloodghasts.
Yeah, here we go. Just call it The Walking Dead. That's good. Do that. This is The Walking Dead. We gotta put that in there. Sam Black playing The Walking Dead. You can call it The Walking Deck, but that just doesn't sound as good. There we go.
Max Teets watching the match. You can see now he is
Drew Levin back there too,
behind
with Patrick
Joe Bernal.
Sullivan.
You see a giant check.
Yeah, actually, Max's check is watching the match.
Yeah, it looks like
he's just standing there.
Man, you should yell that check. We're leaning on the rail. It's not allowed to do that.
Wave to the check. Yeah, we just need some googly eyes.
Googly eyes,
says Glenn Jones.
Somebody give that check some googly eyes.
Kirby Kaufman coining the name The Walking Dead for Sam's deck. Just want to shout out on Twitter there.
So it's the last episode of the season on tonight for The Walking Dead?
No, it's already the season finale was last week, and it was spectacular.
Oh, really? I haven't seen last week's yet.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to watch it with fiance. It's good. All right, I'll definitely have to check it out.
Okay, according to Darren Kent, Sam Black was streaming this deck before PTQ Indy. He had named it Faithless Zombies on MTGO. Nope, Walking Dead. I like Walking Dead better. I think that's just, it's much more flavorful, I think.
This is the type of deck I would play if I was at home alone listening to Speed Demon by Michael Jackson.
I like that song.
It's like the best Michael Jackson song. And the music video is the best thing that's
Isn't
ever happened to anybody.
Right?
The claymation
with
rabbit.
Like it's like a donkey or rabbit or something.
Like his. It's basically like him in rabbit form.
Yeah,
right?
it's a Michael Jackson claymation rabbit thing. We can look at sideboards here, but I mean, that's just as ridiculous as the deck. He's got an additional Goblin Bombardment. He's got a lot of extras in here. He's got another Thoughtseize. He's got a Dark Blast. He's got a Tragic Slip. He's got a Grave Pact. He's got Inquisition. He's got a Geth's Verdict. He's got a Vindicate, a Disenchant, and then just 3 Dark Confidant, 3 Deathmark.
Yeah, Joe Bernal has 2 Relic Originitas, which are certainly coming in here. He also has 2 Extirpates, also coming in for sure. And he has 2 Enlightened Tutors, so you can help him look for relics. Relics is definitely worth more than 1 card. So, and it replaces itself anyway. So you'd probably want to side in the Enlightened Tutor and just look for relics. Stack them. Besides that, it doesn't really feel like Joe has a lot of action here. But, I mean, Relic plus Extirpate plus Tutor for Relic. It's a pretty good sideboard plan.
Gotta take a picture of the screen with Sam Black playing The Walking Dead.
Now, Joe Bernal also has one intangible virtue in his sideboard. He doesn't know that Sam has Goblin Bombardment in the deck. If he did, he would probably bring that in. But I don't think he's going to bring intangible virtue in.
No one expects the Goblin Bombardment. I think that's how the phrase goes, right? Something like that. The Monty Python thing.
It's true. Sam is playing Inquisition. Just a side note.
Eldrazi Inquisition. Yeah. Sam has, well, fetch lands. As much as I was able to identify so far. There's Geralf's Messenger.
Ooh.
Alright, turn 1. Fetch. Get something. Carrion Feeder, go.
I never understood that, the card. What really happens in a giraffe's life that he needs to send messages to other giraffes via like a zombie?
It's not Giraffe's Messenger.
Well, isn't Giraffe a giraffe?
I don't know.
If he's not, then that was a terrible name for him. It should have been a giraffe.
It's a zombie giraffe. I think it's the Toys R Us giraffe.
Yeah. Giraffe.
Joe is, I wonder if he's considering cracking the fetch land and just getting rid of the Carrion Feeder right now with a plow.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he understands what Carrion Feeder does in Sam's deck. I'm not sure if I understand what Carrion Feeder really does. I think it just gets big.
Yeah, I think it's just, it grows as things go to the graveyard. Or do you sacrifice things to it? I forget. I'm actually going to look up the
sacrifice things to it.
Yeah.
It's a card that got significantly worse when damage to the stack
Yeah.
went away.
I used to play with that card, but it was in 2002. I just haven't really looked at it since.
It was pretty good back then.
Yeah, I used to play with like Nantuko Husk and what's the Color of the Claw. I had like a black-green
That's awesome.
Oversold Cemetery deck. Yeah. And Bitter Blossom for Joe Bernal.
Pretty nice turn 2 play. Bitter Blossom.
Carrion Feeder can't block, and you sacrifice a creature to put a +1/+1 counter on it. I didn't remember that it couldn't block, and I couldn't remember if it just grew automatically as things go to the graveyard, or if you have to sacrifice things. But
yeah, I mean, it's one of those cards that you do not expect to see in Legacy. Man, Sam's not playing any number of Promise of Bunray. How disappointing. Right? It would be so sweet.
Alright, Hymn to Torok from Sam Black.
Let's see what he gets. Gonna roll a dice. Card number 3. Card number 2.
He hits land and Chrome Box. It's the second time a him has hit land Chrome Box.
Same land
in
too.
This match. Yeah.
Scroll line.
And Bitter Blossom makes a fairy.
Yeah. Now, Joe's going to start gaining an incremental advantage for this Bitter Blossom. but Sam can kind of just kill him as a result of the Bitter Blossom in a lot of different ways. All depends on Sam's draw here, though.
And what did he just cast?
Lingering Soul. Altered.
Altered.
Lingering Souls.
It looks like it's a black card. Does it not?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really heavily altered.
Joe likes alters.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm just saying that's it does look like it's Lingering Souls. It looked like it resolved as Lingering Souls, but it looks like it has a black frame. So anyway, apparently Lingering Souls just made some MC Hammer tokens with the Yo MTV Raps cards. Not Yo MTG Taps, but that was clearly where we got our name from.
No.
Yes, it wasn't a coincidence. Isn't that crazy?
I thought you came up with that completely independently.
We were just like,
later on, somebody was like, "Oh man, did you know that the show from the mid '90s?"
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard about Yo MTV Raps last month. All right, so here comes a lot of flyers, and yeah, Sam, no choice but to take some damage there.
Yep, so it's looking more and more like when we watch Matches of Legacy, the player who draws Lingering Souls in those mirrors pretty much always wins.
Yeah,
that might be a problem. This is Legacy.
Yeah, Lingering Souls is dominating Legacy. Yeah, well, Bloodghast comes in, immediately sacrificed to Carrion Feeder. Sam plays a land, gets the Bloodghast back, sacrifices it again to Carrion Feeder, cracks the fetch land, putting a land into play, getting the Bloodghast back again. This is some interaction right here. Look at...
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of insane. Plays a land, gets back Bloodghast.
He's already... that Bloodghast has come into play now, what, 3 times? 2 times this turn?
Yeah, and, I mean...
No, he cast it, sacrificed it, played a land, got it back, cracked the fetch, got it back. It's come into play 3 times in a turn. And Gravecrawler. And Carrion Feeder is now a 3/3.
All right, and Joe's
chump
blocking the Carrion Feeder. He's scared, and who wouldn't be?
Of The Walking Dead? I mean, get away. You need, like, something to deal with all these zombies.
They walk so slow, but they kill you so fast.
Yeah, the swarm. The zombie horde is coming, and they're helped out a bit by a very zombie-esque vampire there. Bloodghast is just there to help him out. All right, here comes Enlightened Tutor for a card that, yeah. Why are you hiding it from us?
We want to see it.
It really looked like it was deliberately hidden from us. It shows us. Okay, thank you. Intangible Virtue. Okay. He's like, I'm gonna put it on top of your Gravecrawler face down, and Sam like looks at it and puts it down face down. All right, so Intangible Virtue on top of Joe's deck here, and I assume he draws it for his turn, plays it, and looks like he gonna attack here. Flashes back Lingering Souls, more MC Hammers.
Now, Sam's another land. Let's see who wants to slow roll this. Attack the Bloodghast and the other guy first. Fetch land.
There's Goblin Bombardment in Sam's hand. I think we're gonna see
That's
it.
gonna be a good one.
Spicy meatball. There it is. Goblin bombardment.
That is
And
spicy
Joe
meatball.
says, "What is that? Are you kidding?" I can't believe he didn't read it. Well, Joe Bernal, though, clearly a rogue deck builder, was like, I was thinking of playing that too.
Unbelievable.
It turns all of your guys into Mog Fanatic, basically.
You can sacrifice a creature to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. If your opponent's got a Bitter Blossom, it can do some serious hurt. Yeah, at this point, Sam kind of just wants to send those Bloodghast into the red zone. If they die, no big deal. You have another land drop. If they don't, sweet. You just roll some damage.
I like that you just called the Gravecrawler a Bloodghast as well. I mean, it is very much like a Bloodghast.
The 2/1 black
Yeah.
creature. Alright, so at this point Joe's done a pretty good job clogging up the board. Lingering Souls, it just can completely run away with the game.
Trying to count up how much damage can be done with that Goblin Bombardment.
Yeah, I mean, at this point with Gravecrawler and Bloodghast, you're relatively difficult. Even though Joe has the Swarm he does. Alright, Sam doing some quick combat math, trying to figure out what the best route is to dealing with Joe's board state.
Okay, looks like
Necropotence. Wait, Sam's playing Necro?
what? Really? Where'd you see that?
On the table? Is that what that is? No, that's a carry-on feeder. I guess it's on the third.
What do you? I'm not even sure what you're looking at.
That card all the way up there. It looked like a Necro.
Must have been a carrion feeder.
Yeah, it must have been something else, but for a second I thought he drew a Necro and was like, wait, what? He's playing Necropotence? Because that's one of those cards that's legal in this format that nobody ever plays. And you're just always like, man, what if I just played Necro? Like, I always just want to play Necro whenever I go play Legacy.
I mean, I don't see it in his list.
Yeah, I don't either. It must not be. I looked at the list afterward. Man, kind of wish it was Necropotence.
So what happened there is Sam used all of his creatures and a lot of their recurring effects, as landfall to get the Bloodghast back, and brought the Gravecrawler back, sacrificing a lot of, basically all his guys to Goblin Bombardment to deal with several of Joe's tokens.
That now,
Now Sam doing some more math.
Is Sam at 2 now?
I think after I think he just was attacked. Geralt's
Sam's
Messenger.
a few damage short.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I thought. Necro's banned in Legacy.
Okay, Necro is banned in Legacy.
You said it was legal. I was like, oh, maybe it's legal.
Of course it's banned. Being crazy. Like Bargain's banned. How would Necro not be banned?
So there, Geralt's Messenger comes in, does 2. He sacrifices that. That's for the third one. Does 2 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I think Sam won that game. He also, he had Gravecrawler there.
So you can do 6 with the Messenger because it's it comes in, does 2. You sacrifice it, deals
Right.
1 from the bombardment, it comes back, it deals 2. Then you sacrifice it, it deals 1 for the bombardment. Then he had 1 damage from the
Grave
Crawler, and then...
And that was it. So apparently Joe won that game because obviously otherwise we'd be going to Sam would have won the match. But that was a close one for Joe.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
it's so interesting. There's
Yeah,
a world of possibilities.
I appreciate Joe winning that game so we can watch another another game out of these 2 decks.
Yeah, Sam's deck is probably the coolest thing around. I'm trying to think of other things that are as cool as Sam's deck. Man, I hate to use another Michael Jackson reference, but the red jacket from the Thriller video, that's cooler.
What about the 1 glove?
The 1 glove? I was never a big fan of the 1 glove, but...
I used to have an Orioles batting glove, and I would pretend I was Michael Jackson when I was like really little. You know, like 5 or 6 years old. I had a red jacket that had all the zippers on it, and I had the Orioles batting glove.
Oh, man, that's
and I would
awesome.
run around singing "Beat It."
Man, we could have had a dance fight when we were little kids.
Yeah.
There's a wild Patrick Sullivan sitting in the background there, behind Sam Black. Sitting in a very Sam Black fashion. Sam, known for sitting in a fetal position on his chair during matches at Pro Tours. I'm serious.
I know. That's why I'm laughing. I've seen it.
Patrick Sullivan was telling me how much he misses New Jersey.
Did he move or something? Is that?
Yeah, he moved a while ago. I think it's been 5 years now since he moved away from New Jersey. He's telling me that he's never stopped missing it. We're having a talk, so.
Is it the jug handles that he misses? Is that what that's what they're called, right? Jug handles.
Jug handles?
Jug handles.
Probably. And jug handles make so much more sense than the way everybody else does it.
What? Making a left turn?
We can't do it that way. We have too many people. People just drive into each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the first time I was up there. I can't make a left, but I can make a right to go to the left. Okay, but once you do it like once or twice, you're like, okay, I see how this works, and then you're just used to it. But it is kind of, it's like the only place I've ever experienced that. Michigan left. I've never heard that term. Same thing.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it called the Michigan left.
All right, so here we are again. Turn 1, it's a carry-on feeder. Doesn't that carry-on feeder look like a Necropotence?
I can see why you thought that. It does have a look like that. So, a Wasteland from Joe.
When somebody draws it off the top of their deck, it looks like that.
I can definitely see what you mean. It does. It has a similar kind of color scheme. It's old frame. I was thinking about this. I'm not a big fan of foils. I know there are a lot of big fans of foils. That's cool. And I know I'm different or whatever, but I'm not a big fan of foils. But you know what I think would be awesome is for, like, instead of foils, their cards came in old frames, and they were just as rare as foils. It would just be old frames, in packs. And it would be like, you'd open up a Faithful Saluting and it had old frame, and you're like, oh, I got old frame Faithful Saluting. This is great. That would be really cool. I think that would be a great way to.
They did that. Time Shift.
They kind of did, yeah. But those were old cards in old frame. You couldn't open Jace the Mind Sculptor old frame. Like, that would have been great. Planeswalkers old frame.
That would be pretty sweet. Now the carry-on feeder. One of the reasons that's so good in Sam's deck, obviously, is he has all this graveyard recursion. He can use the Grave Crawlers, the Drowse Messengers, the Lingering Souls. He can just
it's a sacrifice outlet.
Keep going
for all those guys and keep growing it. Geralf's Messenger does too every time it comes in. Mm-hmm. We saw it do 6 just from the Goblin Bombardment being in play. But there's Faithful Saluting, as I mentioned, and.
Sam discards the Lingering Souls and a Cabal Therapy, which are both going to be extremely valuable to him, even from the graveyard. The Lingering Souls Cabal Therapy interaction, pretty cool. Joe with a Scrubland just passes the turn back over to Sam. see, does Sam have another land drop this turn? It looks like he does.
Yep, swamp.
Yep. In for 1.
That carrion feeder doing some work. He's had it turn 1 or turn 2 every game.
Yeah. Always gets in for so much damage. And Bob Mayer decides to become a farmer. Sam's going to gain 2. And, oh no, not gaining 2. He sacrificed the carrion feeder. I'm sorry. Obviously. Getting a little tired here. Day 3 of commentary.
Well,
carrion feeder gets +1 on counter. Wasteland on the Badlands.
And Sam draws another Faithless Looting just after losing his only red source.
Well, he has a,
he has a fetch
Mire
land
now.
Yeah. Fetch land will help quite a bit. No basic mountains though.
No.
So he's gonna have to. He's got 2 Badlands. So he has to go with Scrubland. Still doesn't have a red source. It's actually an interesting kind of problem here. His only red sources are those 2 Badlands and then Undiscovered Paradise, or one of.
So now he's choked on red mana. The red not excessively important. Obviously, it's going to be obnoxious having this Faithless Looting stranded in hand, but
right.
And his deck is still capable of winning without the red. Of course, he can't get Goblin Bombardment going.
Yeah.
There are definitely a lot of issues.
I believe we're about to see a Bitter Blossom, would be my guess. And there it is, Bitter Blossom from Joe Bernal. Trying to match the spirits that Sam Black added to the board last turn with the Lingering Souls. Actually, wait, where did those spirits? Oh, he flashback Lingering Souls.
All right. Bloodghast gets sacrificed to the Carrion Feeder. Marsh Flat's going to bring that back.
Do it again.
Yep.
Carrion Feeder gets a little bit bigger. It's a 4/4 now. Sam cracks a fetch land. And I think we're going to see a Bloodghast again.
I think you're right.
He just likes to peek his head into the room repeatedly. Just kind of looks in. Hey!
You know, what's the point of sacrificing something? You know, like, jeez. If I was some sort of like thing that wanted things sacrificed to me, I wouldn't want them to be sacrificing like undead things that are just going to come back anyway.
Yeah, I know,
like,
seriously.
What kind of tribute is that?
Yeah, really? Really? I mean, you just got it right back.
All right, Sam getting in for 6 here.
Knocks
4
Joe to
with the
9.
Carrion Feeder, and 2 with the Spirits.
So, and Bitter Blossom puts MC Hammer into play.
These MC Hammer cards making a big showing today.
Yeah, for sure. New legacy staples. There again. Lingering Souls.
Altar.
Puts out 2 more MC
That's one of the
Hammers.
best MC Hammer cards. Ooh, and another Bloodghast.
And Joe is below 10, so those Bloodghasts have haste. Well, the Bloodghast that is fresh has haste.
Joe's going to take 2 from that attack. Sam losing 2 Bloodghasts. I'm sure they will come back at some point or another. And they'll come back with haste, too.
Yep. All right, Sam passes. And MC Hammer returns. Joe probably going to flash back a Lingering Souls here, you think?
I would expect that to happen.
Trying to stop the bleeding.
And, I mean, he's under the clock of his own Bitter Blossom. At this point, he's still at 6. It's not the end of the world.
Should be at 5, though, right? He was at 8. He took 2 last turn. Isn't that right?
Yeah, you're right. So
he should be at 5.
Taking another point from the Bitter Blossom. Still 5 with the Lingering Souls in the graveyard and the tokens from the Bitter Blossom. He's fine for now. If Sam doesn't draw a land in the next turn, he'll be okay. If Sam draws a red card, he's probably going to win.
A red card?
Yeah, well, because you can't cast red cards ever.
Oh, I
Sam
thought you
just
meant.
blanks,
I
yeah.
thought you meant if
he
Sam
bricks,
drew a red card, Sam would win. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no.
Misunderstood. We've got Brad Nelson dancing over here.
Sorry if I'm losing track of game state.
Yeah,
We have
a dancing Brad Nelson.
Dancing Brad Nelson in front of us.
Ruben Bressler walked by the booth and mentioned Sam making a funny comment yesterday during the Invitational when he played a Dungeon Geist. His opponent says, "That's pretty good," and Sam says, "Yep, it's difficult to get out of the dungeon." And Joe is trying to figure out exactly what the line of play is. He can flashback a Lingering Souls, which it looked like he was about to pass, and then starts to trap some land.
Yeah, I don't think you want to pass yet, Joe.
All right, plays a land. He's got Stoneforge Mystic, I think, in hand.
Yeah, Joe's really, really far ahead right now. Yeah, going down to 4 here. Not afraid of the Bitter Blossom killing himself. It's becoming pretty clear that Sam does not have a red source to search for.
Top deck Undiscovered Paradise would be his only red source.
Yeah, the Stoneforge Mystic can go and grab an Umezawa's Jitte or a Batterskull. Correct choice is pretty dependent on what the rest of Joe's hand is. I'm not quite sure right now. He's going to take Jit, I think.
Yeah, I think. He shuffled the Jitte to the top of the deck, and that is his choice.
Yeah. And Joe hasn't drawn a Zealous Persecution yet, but that would be really powerful in this match.
Does he have those main or sideboard? He's got 2 main, none sideboard. Okay.
All right, Umezawa's Jitte gets played by Joe, and he passes the turn back over to Sam. Sam has another Carrion Feeder in hand, and it looks like he has a Bombardment, so if he's able to get the Undiscovered Paradise, then he'll be able to win, but
wins,
otherwise, it's pretty hard.
So Joe did not flashback the Lingering Souls, though, so...
Yeah.
All right, what are we gonna have happen here? Sam trying to decide how to get through. Now he technically only needs to get through for 3 because Bitter Blossom kills Joe.
I'm really surprised Joe played that Jit last turn instead of flashing back Lingering Souls.
That's what I thought.
It just seems absolutely crazy to me. You just play Jitte equip next turn, and then you actually get to attack and get counters. If Sam had drawn a land, Joe would have been in serious trouble. The Bloodghast would have come back and had haste. And Joe's only at 4, but Sam didn't draw the land, so it ends up not mattering. Still, pretty surprising. Stoneforge Mystic, blocking Carrion Feeder.
Joe goes to 3.
Take 1 and fall down to 3. Going to 2.
Yep.
Umezawa's Jitte is going to get picked up by MC Hammer. Umezawa's Jitte, a pretty expensive card. MC Hammer
Can afford it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should be, a little more careful with his money. You know, spending all of his money on that JIT when he only has so much. MC Hammer really has to watch out.
Now here's what's great, like you know, Sam able to keep counters off of that JIT by blocking with a Spirit and immediately sacrificing it before damage. So
yeah,
JIT not as backbreaking as it really could be, just because of those carrion feeders, giving Sam the option to sacrifice his guys before damage anyway. So, all right.
Yeah, eventually Sam's going to run out of...
this is it, Geralt's Messenger.
Oh, Messenger,
That's it. That's game.
Yeah.
Joe Bernal falls to Sam Black's Walking Dead.
Actually, somewhat surprised. I thought Joe was just going to grind him out of spirits.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that Sam could really... I don't know, there's a lot of neat things Sam could do.
The reason I assumed Joe was going to win for so long is because he was being really frivolous with his life points. Like, he was like,